Imagine stepping out for your morning jog, only to find your trash bin toppled, a fake fine taped to your door, and your nosy neighbor smirking from her window like she's just won the Petty Olympics. But what if that neighbor's reign of terror was about to crumble because the man she's tormenting holds the one secret that could strip her of everything? Alex Harper pulled into Willow Creek Estates on a crisp autumn afternoon, his old SUV packed with boxes and his teenage son, Jamie, slouched in the passenger seat scrolling through his phone. The neighborhood screamed suburban perfection, manicured lawns, white picket fences, and those little flags fluttering in every yard like badges of conformity. Alex had chosen it for the quiet, after his divorce 2 years back. He needed a reset. A place where Jamie could finish high school without the echo of arguments ringing in the walls. As a mid-level bureaucrat at City Hall overseeing community regulations, including those pesky HOAs, Alex kept his job low-key. No one needed to know he reviewed complaints about overzealous neighborhood enforcers for a living. He just wanted to blend in, mow his lawn on Saturdays, and maybe grill burgers without drama. But drama, as it turned out, was Willow Creek's unofficial mascot. The first sign of trouble came disguised as hospitality. Alex was unloading groceries when a woman in a pastel tracksuit marched over, clipboard in hand, lips pursed like she just sucked on a lemon. "Welcome to Willow Creek," she said, her voice dripping with that fake sweetness that hides a blade. "I'm Karen Whitaker, HOA Vice President. We have standards here, keeps property values up. You know?" She eyed his SUV like it was a stray dog. "That vehicle's a bit rugged. Make sure it doesn't leak oil." Rule 7.2. Alex forced a smile. "Juggling milk cartons. Thanks for the heads up. I'm Alex. This is my son Jamie." Karen's eyes flicked to Jamie, who waved awkwardly. "Single dad." "Huh. Well, just follow the covenants. We don't tolerate sloppiness." She handed him a laminated packet thicker than a phone book. As she sauntered away, Alex muttered under his breath, "Standards? More like straitjackets." Little did he know, Karen had already pegged him as trouble, the kind of outsider who might disrupt her iron-fisted grip on the block. It started small, the way these things do. A week in, Alex parked his SUV a hair over the driveway line after a late shift at City Hall. By morning, a neon pink notice was slapped on his windshield: violation, encroachment on communal sight lines. Fine, $50. Remedy immediately, K. Whitaker. HOA enforcement. Alex chuckled at first, peeling it off like junk mail. Communal sight lines? It's my driveway. He paid the fine to avoid fuss. But Jamie rolled his eyes. "Dad. She's nuts. Why not tell her to buzz off?" Alex shrugged. "Patience. Kid. People like that burn out." But Karen didn't burn out, she ignited. Next came the email blast to the neighborhood listserv, subject, new resident safety concerns. In it, she politely warned everyone about Alex's erratic parking habits that could endanger children playing. No names. But the address was clear. Whispers started, at the mailbox. The park bench. "Heard he's a reckless driver," one mom said. "Probably why he's divorced, irresponsible type." Alex overheard it at the grocery store. Felt the stares, but bit his tongue. Inside, he was cataloging every detail in a notebook. His City Hall training kicking in, dates, times, screenshots. He knew the game. HOAs like this thrived on unchecked power. But documentation was kryptonite. The absurdity ramped up when Alex planted a few tomato vines in his front yard. Fresh produce for Jamie. Nothing fancy. Karen showed up that evening. Tape measure snapping like a whip. Rule 4.9, no unauthorized agriculture. It attracts pests, lowers our curb appeal. Her face was a mask of righteous indignation. Cheeks flushed. Eyes bulging as she measured each leaf. This is a community. Not a farm. Alex leaned on his porch rail. Calm as a pond. It's 3 plants. Karen. The covenant says excessive gardening. This barely qualifies. She huffed. Scribbling furiously. I'll let the board decide. Expect a hearing notice. Sure enough. A certified letter arrived. Summoning him to an HOA meeting. Alex attended. Suit and tie. Notebook in pocket. The board, mostly Karen's cronies, sat like a jury from hell. Mr. Harper, Karen intoned. Gavel in hand despite no actual gavel needed. Your flagrant disregard for aesthetics is unbecoming. Fine doubled, $100. The others nodded like bobbleheads. Alex paid again. But not before noting the irony. Karen's own yard had a gaudy fountain that violated height limits. He snapped a discreet photo. Filed it away. That night, Jamie slammed his door. Dad. Fight back. She's turning everyone against us. Alex sighed. Timing. Son. She's digging her own grave. Rumors escalated into slander. The kind that stings deep. Karen started a whisper campaign. That Alex guy? Shady divorce, probably hiding assets. Evading responsibilities. Single dads like that. Unstable. It spread like wildfire on the neighborhood app. Jamie came home from school one day. Fists clenched. Kids are saying you're a deadbeat. Dad. That we're here because you skipped out on Mom. Alex's jaw tightened. But he hugged his son. Lies crumble under facts. Hang tight. He upped his game, installed a doorbell cam. Saved every email. Then came the police calls. One evening, Alex left his garage light on overnight. At dawn, cruisers pulled up. Lights flashing. Karen stood on her lawn. Arms crossed. Smug as a cat with cream. Officers. That's him, wasting energy. Potential fire hazard. Rule 12.3. The cop. A burly guy named Diaz. Rubbed his temples. Ma'am. A light bulb isn't a hazard. But Karen ranted. Face twisting in fury. Veins popping as she jabbed a finger at Alex. He's defiant. Arrest him for noncompliance. Diaz shot Alex an apologetic look. Sorry. Sir. She's a frequent flyer. Alex nodded. Adding the incident to his log. But inside, the patience was thinning. Karen's moral crusade was pure control freakery. Her polite facade cracking into something laughably desperate. The breaking point hit when Karen targeted Jamie. Alex had let his son host a small backyard barbecue, 5 friends. Music low. Over by 9 p.m. Karen called the cops for noise disturbance, then escalated to child services with an anonymous tip, concerned about a minor in an unstable home, father's erratic behavior. Possible neglect. A social worker showed up unannounced. Clipboard echoing Karen's. Alex explained calmly. Showed the house spotless. Jamie thriving. The worker left satisfied. But the rage boiled. She's crossed the line, Alex told Jamie that night. Time to counter. He reviewed his binder, 32 violations cited against him. All bogus, 14 police calls, slanderous posts with timestamps. But the kicker? Karen had been flooding City Hall with complaints about rogue residents undermining HOA integrity, naming Alex without knowing he was the one reviewing them. As the department head, he'd seen her emails pile up. Each more unhinged: demand action against this menace, he's a threat to order. Alex had quietly flagged them as abusive, building a case against her HOA abuses. Tensions peaked at the annual HOA election meeting in the community center. Fluorescent lights buzzing like angry bees. Karen strutted in, confident grin plastered on, rallying her allies with speeches about preserving our sacred standards. "We've got troublemakers like that new guy on Elm Street," she sneered. Not naming Alex but winking broadly. "They think they can flout rules, but not on my watch." The crowd murmured, some nodding, others shifting uncomfortably. Alex sat in the back, binder on his lap, waiting. When nominations opened, Karen renominated herself for president. "I've served faithfully, kept this place pristine." Applause sputtered. Then Alex stood, voice steady. "I'd like to nominate myself." Gasps rippled. Karen's face twisted, first confident smirk, then dawning shock as he approached the podium. "You're the problem," she spat, eyes wide with panic, hands trembling on her notes. "Sit down before you embarrass yourself." But Alex pulled out his ID badge. "Alex Harper, Director of Community Oversight at City Hall. I've been reviewing HOA complaints for months, including yours." "Karen." The room went silent. Her mouth gaped like a fish, color draining as realization hit. Every rant she'd sent about him had landed on his desk. The explosion was glorious. "This is a setup," Karen shrieked, face contorting in rage, slamming her fist on the table so hard her water glass tipped. "He's conflicted, abusing power." But Alex laid out the binder, projecting emails and photos on the screen. "Here's your own fountain violating codes. Karen. Your slanderous posts. False reports to CPS. And 14 misuse of emergency services, each a misdemeanor." Neighbors whispered, then murmured louder. One stood, "She fined me $200 for a bird feeder." Another, "Called cops on my kid's birthday party." Karen flailed, voice cracking, "It's for order. You ingrates need rules." But the vote swung. Alex elected president on the spot. Karen ousted. She stormed out, face a mask of humiliated fury. But not before yelling, "You'll regret this." Alex didn't gloat, he just reformed the HOA that night, slashed fines, added transparency rules. City Hall launched a formal audit on her past actions, uncovering embezzled dues for her enforcement supplies. In the aftermath, Willow Creek breathed easy. Yards sprouted vegetable gardens without fear. Block parties returned, laughter echoing where tension once hung. Janie made friends again, the rumors dying like weeds. Alex started a free clinic at City Hall for HOA victims, workshops on rights, documentation, spotting abusers. One evening, as they grilled on the porch, Janie grinned. "You played the long game, Dad." Satisfying as hell watching her implode. Alex nodded. The weight lifted. Karen's house sold a month later. Whispers said she moved to a condo with no HOA. Irony thick as fog. But the real win was the peace, suburbia without the straitjacket. So, was Karen the villain enforcing order, or was Alex wrong for staying silent too long? Drop your take below. Who's really at fault in these neighborhood power plays?